So, the project that actually started last week was installing a metal handrailing on my mom's neighbor's porch. He has a cement or concrete 3 or 4 step pad at his house, and so we agreed on this universal railing kit. And so me being me was like, yep, no problem, we'll get it. Take about 45 minutes to put in. And so should have known that anytime I say something should take less than an hour, that it's probably not. But anyways, I'll get into that in a little bit. Here, I thought I'd pre-assemble it before I headed over, so I unpackaged everything, took an inventory of all the parts, made sure everything was there. I thought it'd be easier just to assemble it, bring it over, and kind of just mark the holes, drill it, and install it. So you'll see me fumble through a few things here after I got the top and bottom posts and the top and bottom rail kind of locked in. I thought I'd put these vertical slats in and realized you really can't do it all at once. And then I realized I had messed something up on the bottom, so I started undoing a couple of things that I did. So I started fixing that, and then you'll realize that, or I'll realize that it's not really at the correct slope to be able to assemble it. So I start going through the garage trying to find stuff to stack the top railing on, so it would go easier. Anyways, I lost some video footage of the install, so it will transition to sort of post-installation. But I ended up going back this weekend. Like I said, I installed it the weekend before because I wasn't really happy with the way it came out. What ended up happening is I brought it over, set it up, figured out where we want it to be, made sure the posts were plumb, all that. Marked the holes, the 4 holes on the top and the bottom, took my hammer drill out and just went to town, drilled all the holes. And then ultimately, after I did that, I realized that I was slightly off in the holes that I drilled. The bit bounced just enough where they were off where they needed to be from an alignment perspective. So that was a doozy. Ultimately got enough anchors into the porch to be able to install it, and then for whatever reason the 2 of the top bolts or anchor bolts on the top railing or post just they kept turning. They didn't tighten up, and so it wasn't very secure. I ended up leaving it because I was running out of time and I had a couple other things I needed to do. But anyways, this neighbor was away this weekend in Maine, so I went back. Thought I'd take a little reset, and so I took everything apart. Spent a little bit of time trying to get those anchor bolts out. They were a little tricky. That top plate kept giving me a hard time. Last weekend I had a little clamp to move it out of the way. This time I just found a popsicle stick I tried, and that broke, and I ultimately got a composite wedge or shim to put in there, and that ultimately worked. But I got it all apart and got it nice and secure, which you'll see in a second because I also lost more footage of this. But got it installed, and the other thing I didn't like about it was the vertical slats. They rattle like a ton. And talking to a couple people that have installed this before, because of the universal nature of it, it just rattles. So what I ultimately did, and you'll see me putting some black caulk on it here, but on the upper part I ended up getting the black foam pipe insulation, shoving it in the gap to eliminate some of the rattling, and then I put black caulk on the top and bottom to seal it in and ultimately, hopefully, eliminate the rattle, or at least reduce it. So it came out good in the end, but as always, took a lot longer than I thought, and I definitely learned a few things about aligning these holes when drilling into concrete. I haven't drilled into concrete a ton, so I learned some tidbits there, and ultimately, finished product came out pretty good.